What's up, everybody? It's Stefan here from Mod to Fame, and we are back with another video. And in today's video, man, I'm wishing you all a happy new year. You saw the title and thumbnail. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Dodge's top announcements of 2022 by going through all of them and then picking the top one, in my opinion. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's go. To go over these announcements, we are going to be using Dodge Garage, man. DodgeGarage.com is Dodge's website where they released the 24 months of muscle. So this launched last year, with the first announcement being in July of 2021. But we're not going to go over that. We're going to start from the beginning of this year and take it all the way to the end and then pick the one that is the biggest announcement in my opinion. So starting out with the first announcement of the year was the Tony Stewart Racing partnership. Dodge is partnering with Tony Stewart Racing, Leah Pruitt as one of the drivers, and they have these amazing quadruple 1,000 horsepower machines that go down the drag strip and run, 5-6 second quarter miles. Absolutely amazing. And it's being backed by power brokers. Then follow that up, a couple months later, they announced the winner of the Chief Donut Maker, or they announced the Chief Donut Maker competition. Now this one was really cool because we got a chance to interview one of the contestants that was in the Chief Donut Maker competition, which we had already known from a prior thing that myself, Stunner Reese, and Demonology was planning that we probably still will do, which is the YouTube Creator Conference. Our buddy Preston, who was announced as the winner on April 26th, actually came down to help us and was one of our featured models in the video, whatever you want to call it. It was pretty awesome, man. Here's a clip. Yeah, so he went on to become the Chief Donut Maker, and it's funny because it did not go without controversy. It was amazing how many people were happy and then how many people were upset. This went absolutely nuts when they announced Direct Connection and the power brokers. The reason why is because there hadn't been a time that Dodge or any manufacturer for a long time that offered modifications that you can increase a Hellcat 100 wheel horsepower and still retain your factory warranty. Absolutely huge. But that did not go without controversy as well, because still to this day, it is not 100% worked out. These packages are still not available to the public. So it did not go without controversy, but I know that they're working on it. A little birdie, I have a little birdie on the inside giving me updates along the way. And guys, they are working on it. It is not easy. when you talk about emissions and the EPA and modifying cars and being able to do it on a major platform like Stellantis. With that, they moved right into Roadkill Nights, which was in the month of June. Roadkill Nights, as you guys may or may not know, it's a huge event that goes down on Woodward Avenue where they shut down the street and they drag race down Woodward. This has been going on forever. Before my time, probably before yours as well, and still going on to this day. What Dodge does is they partner with Motor Trend to come up with this amazing event where you have these creators, these YouTube creators. They pick a select few YouTube creators. This year, they provided them a Hellcat Red Eye engine and a manual transmission. Now, guys, I'll be honest with you. How I didn't get chosen to be that guy, because I am the manual Hellcat guy. You hear me? But it's all good. I don't know how I didn't get chosen. But my buddy Demonology was one of the ones who was chosen. And he called me and said, Steph, I need everything you got. So I gave him everything I got. He used about 40% of it and then didn't listen the rest of the way and was missing gears all the way down the track.
Next in Hemi Hellcat crate engine. Some people cry foul, but don't forget some of the earliest prototype Vipers had 360 V8s and even one at a 426 Hemi.
Jason Ruckert about to let him go. Arms up, arms down. Down. Oh, they're missing the gear. There it is. Anything happening in the drag race? It's going to be close to the finish. No. Ricky Fernandez throttle takes the win. Massive hole shot by Herman, but missed a gear. There's your stick shifting under pressure. You're not used to doing it, and bing, bing. The revs go up and cars go nowhere.
If he would have listened to me, I guarantee you that car would have got down the track. He could have gone on to win because he built a hell of a machine and get this done. It's actually amazing what you have to do in a very short period of time. They provide you the engine. Dodge provides the engine, transmission through power brokers, and they provide you with $10,000 to build a car, which is nowhere near enough. So these creators end up spending a lot of their own money. They partner with companies in the aftermarket industry who help them by providing them maybe some of the parts. But, you know, congrats to Weston Chaplin, who actually ended up using my transmission, the same one that I have. He was the second with the G-Force gear set. But we'll see what happens in 2023. Maybe Dodge will find me this time. Then they went on to announce in August the Drop Top Challenger. The Drop Top Challenger is pretty cool, but it's something that's been going on for quite some time. The company that they are using to do these Drop Top Challengers have been doing them, but Dodge officially endorsed them, basically. So through Dodge, you can now purchase a Challenger, send it to the company that performs it, and they will make your Challenger a convertible. Like it, love it, hate it, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it. Somebody else loves it and will. They actually expanded the same day, expanded their drag pack offerings. Their drag pack offerings, meaning that you can purchase these body in white vehicles. And these body in white vehicles means that you can build your own drag car, specific race car, and no VIN number or anything. It's a race car, and you can build it using Dodge's body in white. They also announced that the Dodge Durango Hellcat would return. It was only supposed to be a one-year production, so I guess the people of 2021 were pretty pissed. They paid over stickers, they rushed, they got these trucks, and their production was probably actually more limited than the Demon, because it was a one-year production, and it was only like half the year that they actually produced them, because you were talking about coming off of the shortages from coronavirus. However, Dodge said, hey, it's too much money to leave on the table, and too many people left with demand is the real reason. They also announced the following day, August 16th, the Dodge Hornet. This one stirred up a lot of news because, let's face it, guys, people in this subcompact SUV or compact SUV market, that's what sells. You have the Ford Escape, you have the Chevy Equinox, You have all of these different companies that make these subcompact SUVs or compact SUVs, like BMW with their X1 or Mercedes. And Dodge got to get in there, man. They got to get their piece. So with the partnership with Stellantis already had Alfa Romeo, which has their small SUV. So it's built on that platform. Basically, this is Alfa Romeo underneath. But it's pretty cool because they actually gave it more power than what the Alfa has. And they actually provided more features than what the Alfa has. And it has a different look. That being said, we're going to see what the long-term ramifications are of using the Alfa engine, transmission, chassis. Reliability-wise, we don't know what the long-term is going to be. But for right now, I'm going to say it's going to be a kick-ass car because Alfa makes cool cars at the end of the day. They're fun to drive, nice, and this Hornet is going to be one of them. It's going to outsell the Alfa probably 5-1. So, you know, it's actually really, really cool, and it keeps Dodge funded enough. If they get that market share, it keeps them funded enough to make the cool things that we want to see. Moving on. The next day was huge because they actually released the Charger Daytona SRT concept, the full electric vehicle. This right here set the internet ablaze. It went on fire. It went what we known as viral 100%, including me. I made videos on it. Everybody made videos on it. Everybody talked about it. And let me tell you guys, it's something that I'm excited about, actually. I'm excited about it. The reason why I'm excited is because I said in my video about it, this is the way of all manufacturers. All manufacturers are going to have an EV that they're going to have to offer. So if you're going to do an EV, at least make it fun. At least make it look good. I don't want to have a jelly bean, and Dodge killed it. They absolutely killed it. It looks like a muscle car. No other EV is going to look like this. So I give them all of the credit for what they are building, what they have to build, and what they are going to build. I'm excited to see what comes down the road as far as this electric vehicle. And more than likely, at some point, I'm going to have one in my driveway because it's just going to be the way of the world at the end of the day. And you will too, at some point. If you live long enough, you'll have one in your driveway too. Then the following day, Dodge released, well, the following couple of weeks of the year, they released these packages, which is what it really is. It's appearance packages for the most part for Chargers and Challengers. One being the Dodge Challenger Shakedown that was released August 24th, then followed up by the Super Bee. Then followed up by the Swingers, which are, you know, pretty much all scats. All of these vehicles so far are scats. The King Daytona, which is cool. King Daytona, big Daytona, pep Daytona. Oh, hell Daytona is the model that they came out with. And then the 2023 Challenger Black Ghost, which has a really cool story behind it. A police officer in the Detroit area at the time had this Challenger that couldn't be beat on the streets. It seemed like it would show up, beat everything, go home and leave, and it developed a reputation as being the Black Ghost. For them to bring that back, that's pretty cool. Now, although these appearance packages, that will not matter in 10 to 15 years. In 10 to 15 years, these are going to be very desirable vehicles. They're going to be the last Chargers and Challengers that were made. So although today you may look at it as just stickers and different colors and all that kind of stuff, going forward in the future is going to mean something for sure. They announced the horsepower locator, which is good because it's Dodge's way of combating shady dealers who take deposits on cars that they know they can't get. So this horsepower locator allows you to see exactly what dealers are getting what. So let's say you did want to get a Super Bee, you can see what dealers have allocations to potentially receive a Super Bee without just going to your local dealer that may say, oh yeah, we can get it. take a deposit, they sit on your money for a year or more, and you never get a car. And then they ended the year with SEMA 2022, where they had something really cool, which was the Daytona Charger EV concept SRT Banshee on display with 4 drag radials. I thought that was fire. But the thing that I got excited about is that means that this will be a dual motor or maybe even a tri-motor vehicle so that it can have all-wheel drive. They also announced that Roadkill Nights will be coming back for 2023. Dodge. They also announced finally they're bringing back the Elephant, which is Dodge's 1,000 horsepower engine. It also includes even a partnership with another company that will allow Dodge to sell a 1,500 horsepower engine, including a 3-liter Whipple built motor, all the above, the drag pack Whipple, basically. So these engines were absolutely amazing on display, that you'll be able to use Dodge's Power Brokers, one of the dealers, and order, 1,000, 1,100, 1,500, an engine that is capable of flex fuel if you want it. This is all amazing, which is, what I pretty much have. Remember, I built me a 426 bottom end, stock Hellcat heads, but my car makes upwards of, I guess it would be considered 1,500 horsepower, considering that my car makes a little over 1,300 to the wheels. So yeah, 1,500 horsepower, but I built it myself, whereas now you'll be able to buy it directly from Dodge. It won't be twin turboed, but hey, still pretty cool. But they also announced the Hurricane, which is Dodge's new inline 6-cylinder twin turbo engine that is available to order now in the Grand Wagoneer. But the Hurricane told a big story, which we're going to get back to in a second. And that brings me back to Roadkill Nights for 2023, where they announced that Roadkill Nights will be coming back again, but this time they're going to be giving the creators a Hurricane engine. It'll probably be the category, I think it's called a Cat 3 or Cat 5, I believe. But the high output engine is what they're going to be giving the creators. And guys, let me tell you, that's huge. There are a lot of carrots that Dodge drops along the way. And that leads me to the greatest announcement of all from Dodge from this year of 2022 that tells us the immediate future and where Dodge is headed as far as their performance in vehicles moving forward. We know because they announced in 21 that any and all Hellcat motors are going away. They will be no more in production vehicles. They don't talk about it as much, but trust me, gone away will be the 6.4, also the 5.7. And what is replacing that? What is replacing that? And they are telling us that they have spent millions of dollars, probably upwards of almost 100 million, retooling the factory, all that good stuff, to create this inline 6-cylinder twin turbo. That is not because they are going to use it in the Grand Wagoneer and be done. That is because this is the engine that is going to replace all of the engines. The 5.7 was introduced, the 5.7 as we know it in its architecture, was introduced in 2003 with the Chrysler 300. So that engine was technically announced in 2002 and going away in 2023. So it had from 03 in a production vehicle to 23. That's 20 years that every other motor was built off of that architecture from the 5.7. The 6.4 comes from there. The 6.2 comes from there. The 6.1 comes from there. That is all the base architecture, right? So therefore, we now know there has to be another engine that's going to run for the next 20 years. And that is this Hurricane engine. So for me, the biggest announcement is that Hurricane engine, because it is telling us what Dodge's future is going to be going forward. Second behind that to me is going to be the EV stuff, because they have a lot of work to do in getting to producing these EV vehicles. They don't even have one on the road yet, whereas they currently have the Grand Wagoneer and all these engines that are going to be available. The Hurry Crates are going to be available for purchase in 23. This means that they are going to make the great announcement that the next production vehicles, it's going to come out with the next production vehicles. More than likely, it's going to be the Grand Cherokee and probably the Durango is what they're going to announce next, because it makes sense right behind the Grand Wagoneer. And then for 2024, they're going to announce the new or replacement Charger and Challengers. So sometime in 2023, they're going to announce that the Hurricane engine is going to be in some sort of production vehicle for 23 and then for 24. So you heard it here first, man. Guys, I want to tell you again, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, boys and girls. It's your boy Stefan here from Mod to Fame. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification so you don't miss no more videos going forward. But until the next one, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And that's it, boys. See y'all next year. We out. We out.